Good morning. It's Friday, March the 3rd, at about 11:16 a.m. We decided to give Bolivar Ferry another try. We found out after we came back last week that there's a fort over there, Fort Travis. So we're going to go try to catch the ferry again, go explore around there a little while. Hopefully we won't have to wait 3 hours just to get on it like we did last week. And 2 hours coming home I had to wait. But it's a beautiful day. It's 66 degrees out so far. It's supposed to get up to about 75.
Right now we're on the Seawall Blvd. You can see it's usually a pretty busy street, especially around Mardi Gras time.
Yeah. Well, they close this down for a while when they have parades down through here. Here's the statue.
And we'll be coming up to the Pleasure Pier in just a little bit. You can see the ocean's kind of angry today, the Gulf.
Yeah, it's pretty windy out still.
Yeah, the wind's coming right out of the north, but
It's supposed to calm down this afternoon.
it's supposed to be in the low 70s, so
Perfect day to enjoy the outdoors and the sunshine.
oh yeah. So we found this Fort Travis, and we haven't had a chance to really go there and experience it, so we're going to do that today. And we'll shoot some video of us going on board the ferry. And like Mom said, hopefully we won't have to wait too long before we can get on it. But
Yeah.
it's the only way to get to the Bolivar Peninsula is to take the ferry across the channel,
Ship channel.
the shipping channel. The only other way is to take 45 all the way up into Houston and over to Baytown and then down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Way out of the way.
way out of the way, but and the ferry ride is about 45 minutes once you get on board.
No, it's not that long. It's maybe a half an hour, if that long.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on how much
Well, it was probably longer when we went over last week because it was foggy.
and how much traffic there is in the shipping channel.
Yeah.
Maybe we can shoot some video of Seawolf Park as we go by it on the way to the Bolivar Peninsula. So,
And maybe do some more shelling while we're over there.
yeah, Fort Travis is right on the bay. So we've packed a nice picnic lunch, and we're going to spend some time over there going through the fort and the embattlements, and we'll give you a history on the fort later. It's really a fascinating history.
Just got to enjoy our last few days here because we leave next Wednesday. Heading up to LaGrange, Texas. So,
We just love Galveston, don't you, Mom?
Yep, it seems like home every time we pull in here. Coming up on Pleasure Pier. Doesn't look like it's running today. It was busy last weekend though. And then when we came home from the ferry, it was all lit up. The Ferris wheel was going around, neon lights all around it.
I'm glad there's no sea fog today.
Yes, we've had our fill of that in the last couple of weeks.
It can really get dense.
Yes.
A lot of great restaurants along Seawall Boulevard.
Yeah, we just passed Guido's.
Yeah, it's got a big crab on the top of it. Very nice restaurant.
Very nice. Great atmosphere, great staff, great food, great prices.
Well, I wouldn't say great prices.
Well, I mean, great big prices.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yes.
I mean, for the quality of food and the
It's
service that you get.
become our annual anniversary spot.
Yeah, we celebrated our 45th anniversary this year. And it's a usual thing when we come to Galveston for the winter. And just beyond Pleasure Pier, you can start to see Murdoch's.
Huge t-shirt shop and all kinds of souvenirs. Usually make a stop there every year too.
You know, I think we ought to stop in there and buy one of them totem poles we can set out in front of the RV.
Do you really want to tote that around?
No. But they're cool.
Bubba Gump.
One of the duck boats.
Oh yeah. Quack, quack. Whoop.
Usually they have all kinds of things going on the beach.
Probably lifeguards down there.
A lot of schools have outings here on the beach.
Looks like another big group of something. Which is at the Galvez Hotel.
And there's one of the trolleys, Tammy.
Hey, it's running today. Thought they only ran on the weekend.
It's one of the old track trolleys. They ran here in Galveston for many years. They also have regular powered trolleys that go along Seawall Boulevard here.
Oh, I got the little trolley buses.
Yeah, the bus. There's another great restaurant, Miller's.
It's very good. I think they got the best hamburgers on the island.
Saltgrass is another great restaurant. Steaks. To give you some kind of idea, we're traveling east on Seawall Boulevard towards the very east end of the island.
I don't know if you can see it, but there are some ships out there. I don't know how well they'll come out on this.
Now the ferry, you'll get to see it, but it's pretty big. I mean, semis and big motorhomes and RVs. It takes all kinds of traffic. So
And quite a few each.
it's quite a few, yeah. Along Seawall Boulevard, there's all kinds of beaches. Well, up and down the island, I mean, there's all kinds of public access to beaches and just a lot of different places you can park. You can actually, some places, drive right out on the beach,
There's one of those coming up
which
here.
we've done a couple of times, and you just have to be aware what the salt air and seawater can do to your vehicle and the sand. But it's kind of fun. I'm gonna get in the other lane here.
Pause until you're ready to get on the ferry.
We'll get back to you in a minute when we go aboard the ferry.
Catch you later. Well, we've gotten right up here. Looks like we might, if we don't get on this trip, should be the next one for sure. That's a good sign.
Yeah, you got to get through the gatehouse, and then you get queued up into different lanes, and then they board by lane. That's sound of that horn is the ferry leaving.
It's the blue one.
So we'll get on here pretty shortly. It won't be too long of a wait, thank goodness. There's another ferry sitting over there. There's two of them. So we'll get queued up here and we'll start again right as we drive aboard.
Yep. Be back in a few. Looks like we're going to get right on board. We've got more of them running today, that's for sure. We had about 2 last week. Whew.
Kind of a neat experience to ride the ferry. They pack them in like sardines, though.
Yeah. The middle one.
Middle?
Yeah.
Another one over there. Let's just come in. Okay, more in a minute. Just cruising on the ferry. It's Coast Guard headquarters over there. You see, there's a big ship out there in the ocean.
Which one is that?
Goes down over. There's a ship we're going by. Big seal, I think it's called. They're huge
back to you as we get off.
Ready to roll off.
So now we're on the Bolivar Peninsula.
Somebody's got a bunch of wood.
Now we got to navigate our way to Fort Travis. So
It shouldn't be too far up here because it's just across from the lighthouse.
it's kind of a unique experience riding a ferry if you've never done it before. It's free.
Yeah.
And it's paid for by the state of Texas. This camp right in front of us is from Alberta, Canada.
You see all the ships out there.
I guess you could call this the Texas mainland. Cool old lighthouse, only they don't use them anymore.
There is a road up here.
I don't know if that's it.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking, but I know I saw some up here is where I saw the historical marker. Where the flags are. I think this is it.
Okay. So we're here at Fort Travis Park. Take one of their brochures. You want to get out? Jane Herbert Wilkinson Long. Texas pioneer. She married James Long 1815 and joined him in Texas during the military invasion of then Spanish colony. Sailed in settling in Nacogdoches. Say that fast 3 times. Occupation was unsuccessful, but the Longs returned with supporters in 1820, building a fort on the Bolivar Peninsula at the eastern entrance to Galveston Bay. If you can't see this, I'm reading it to you. James Long left for, can't pronounce that, La Beja, to gain support, but was captured in prison in Monterey. Meanwhile, Jane, along with her daughter and the slave Cayenne, remained at the fort, facing rigid winter temperatures, lack of food and supplies, danger from the native Indians. In the midst of these difficulties, Jane Long gave birth to a child, leading to her honorary designation as Mother of Texas. Now that's cool. After hearing of her husband's death, Long led her family to settle in various places along the San Jacinto River and in San Antonio. The family moved to be with kin in Louisiana, Mississippi in 1823, but returned in 1825 as part of the Stephen F. Austin First Colony, receiving her own head right, I mean that's a different word, of land, usually accorded only to male head of households. During the Texas War for Independence, Long opened her boarding house for rallies and meetings while also gathering information from the Mexican officers and storing arms and ammunition. Ha! After the war, in her remaining years, Long operated a boarding house in Plankinton in Fort Bend County. Today, Jane Herbert Wilkinson's Long continues to be remembered as a Texas patriot and a pioneer of the Texas frontier. This area first started being developed in the early 1800s, before the fort was even built, and it was part of the area for the Texas independence. But before that, because that didn't happen until like 1863, but before that it was owned by Mexico. So Fort Travis was actually built after that. Of course, it's named after William Barrett Travis of the Alamo fame. And the fort was used during the Civil War to guard the area around Galveston Bay, but it was also used in World War I and World War II. So it's got a fascinating history, so we'll go see and we'll check it out. And here's the plaque for Boulevard Point. Some nice history here, so. And it talks about the lighthouse that we passed by. So let's go see.
Getting right on the ferry again. Seatbelt. Some coming off while we're going on.
We might be in the front row.
In the middle. In the front. Whoa, whoa. Back in a minute when we get moving.
Yeah, we're on the ferry and going back to Galveston. So, ship's just passing us by over there. And once in a while the waves are breaking over the bow. Yeah. fun ride. Like I say, it's free, paid for by the state of Texas. I don't know if you can see it over in the background with the shipwreck in the Galveston Ship Channel. I can't remember the name. Selma comes to my mind, but I don't think I know it. Ship's name is the Sea Elephant. Should be able to get you some decent video of Seawall Park as we pass by it.
It is the Selma.
Yeah, it is the Selma. It's right out there. Well, they give you a shot of the ship. Yeah, the truck. By John Johnson. Middle of the channel shipping lane right now. Ships come in and out. Like I said, we're headed toward the channel there at Galveston. Huh? Yeah, just ahead of us is Seawall Park. We should pass fairly close by it. See another ferry coming out of the channel. When we get close to the park, I'll give you some video of it. Kind of a fun ride. Passing by the U.S. Coast Guard base here in the channel. See their ships there. And we're headed for the ferry terminal just ahead and to the left. You can see a ferry sitting there. Time to get back in the truck. Coming into the dock. You can see the ramp there, that it's the road. They lower that down onto the ferry, and this might be kind of neat to some people who never experienced this.
I don't know, you've experienced it before, and I still think it's fun.
Yeah, Mom says it's still fun. Well, we gotta go. They're gonna be lowering the ramp pretty soon, and I gotta get the truck started and get ready to get off. So we'll see you later.